Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to be discussing and breaking down the Flash Season 8 Episode 14 promo that we got last night after 8/13 aired. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're new, notifications on, and let's watch this promo, and I will continue breaking down the promo when we get back.
We can't go back out there like this.
We're all still pretty messed up about Frost.
That pain will keep us from protecting those in need.
I know how to honor Frost's memory, but it seems impossible.
What's impossible for the Flash?
So, as you saw there, the promo for 8/14, like I said, I'm going to be breaking it down. So, this is basically, 8/14 is going to be a sad episode. 8/13 was officially the ending of this graphic novel with Deathstorm. That's it. There's no more Deathstorm. Eric Wallace confirmed this, saying graphic novel number 6 is complete. Episodes 808 through 813 are titled Death Revisited, which makes a lot of sense now. But how can our devastated Team Flash move forward? Find out next week in a coda to our Deathstorm storyline, the first in a series of interlude episodes that build toward graphic novel number 7 and our epic season 8 finale. Now, the interlude episodes do start in 8/14, but it's still connected to the graphic novel. It's just not saying like, oh, 8/14 is graphic novel number 6. It's interlude part 3, episode 1. The interlude episodes go through 8/17, and then we go into graphic novel number 7 up till the finale, which is 8/20, and then we have a finale. So that's what's going to be going on. Now, in 8/14, we can hear Barry and Iris and Joe saying that they don't know really what to do now. They're still hurt from Frost dying, and they're still kind of grieving her death, which, so, and they're trying to figure out a way to honor her, but they don't know how, and it's kind of preventing them from doing what they do best, which is saving people. It's kind of preventing them from doing that a little bit because they're dealing with this. And then we saw this meta that's in like full-on white gear, even a face mask. So you can see their eyes with the black mouth mask that goes around the back of his head, or at least in the mask. I'm assuming it goes around the back of his head, like Zoom's mask. First thing I thought of when I saw it. We also saw in the Flash Season 8 trailer that went up like 2 weeks ago, at the point in time we were recording this. We saw some more scenes of that as well for that guy. Now, he'll be the quote-unquote big bad of this episode. There'll be the distraction that Team Flash has, distracting them from Killer Frost's death, Frost's death, and we'll be seeing that going on. Now, obviously, the funeral will be in this episode as well. With Frost, we'll be seeing, obviously, all Team Flash, including Kramer there, which was kind of surprising, but I think she knew from the get-go that this was on Team Flash, obviously, and it was important to Barry, so it's important to Kramer. And so, it makes sense she would be there. And then we're seeing Barry and Kramer at CCPD having a party, it looks like, and then we go to Barry still questioning how to honor Frost, and he doesn't know how. And Cholame is in next episode as well, so we'll just have to see how that one works out. Another thing that would happen that a lot of people mentioned was that there's now a drink at Jitters called the Killer Frost, and there's also one called Vibacino, which is totally not related to Cisco in any way. And there's one called Kid Flash. Obviously, the Flash has his own drink. Now, Kid Flash, I think, has for a while now, but Killer Frost does, and Vibe does too. So obviously any hero in this city gets a drink, which is nothing new, but that was something that a lot of people were pointing out, that Killer Frost now has one too. They put Killer Frost, I'm assuming they put Killer Frost there because I'm assuming they're trying to say it's like a killer drink and they just put her name is Frost, So let's put Killer in front of it. Didn't really put two and two together that this was Killer Frost. Although she never really killed anyone, so I guess that doesn't really add up, does it? But, you know, I guess they might talk about that a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, that was pretty much the promo. We don't get a lot from promos, but I want to talk about it because I think 814 is going to be a really good episode. Even though it's an interlude, and I know a lot of people are sick of them. I mean, the interlude that we had earlier this season from 806 to 807, with Bart and Nora in one episode. We had Goldface in one of them. I mean, those two episodes were really damn good. I know people nitpicked it, especially that Goldface episode, but because how could Barry get whammied? Well, he didn't want to blow his identity. But nonetheless, the interlude wasn't that bad this season. So I do think we're going to look at a good couple episodes. I do want to talk about one of the interlude episodes, which is 816. This is what's worrying me. So we got an official description for The Flash 816. Now, just so you know, there are timestamps in all my videos. If you don't, there's nothing really spoilery here. This is public knowledge. I'm not grabbing this from a private source and putting it on here. This is public knowledge. You can go on your TV guide and go to next Wednesday and see it. Or not, well, I guess a few Wednesdays from now you can see it, but this is public knowledge. So if for whatever reason you think it's too spoilery, you can go to timestamp, skip ahead this part of the video, go to the next part, which will just be me talking about something I'm assuming. I don't know what yet. I wing it every time I record these videos, so we're just gonna, go with that. And I'll be talking about the description that we got for 816, which is this part of the video. So the title of the episode, 816, which is, I think, the second to last interlude we're getting this season before graphic novel number 7, is called The Curious Case of Bartholomew Allen, which is Barry, Bartholomew Henry Allen. Its description says the Flash gets blasted by a shockwave, forcing his body to age permanently, and is directed by Katie Lotz, aka Sarah Lance. Can you see the connection there? I am overly worried for this episode. Mainly because it says the Flash gets blasted by a shockwave and then he starts aging rapidly. Now, that all sounds great. You know, Barry aging rapidly. We could see an old Barry Allen being the Flash, like in the comics. For a little bit, I wouldn't mind seeing that per se. But the thing that's getting me off guard is it saying the Flash gets blasted by a shockwave. I mean, if Barry didn't know what it was and there was a shockwave going throughout the city, Barry would obviously run into it. We've seen him do that in season 7, season 6, 5, 4. We've seen him do it several times before. It's what Barry does. He runs towards danger. There was a whole trailer about it. I mean, this is what Barry does. He's the hero. He's supposed to do that. But if this is Barry just standing still talking to the bad guy and then he erupts and the shockwave and Barry's just standing there, doesn't think to run away from it, you would think that he would. I mean, assuming he knows what it is, which I'm just assuming he does because it says the Flash gets whammied or, gets blasted. If this is like a controlled substance where the Flash is there and the Meta's there, whoever the hell is doing it, and then hits Barry while he's talking to the guy, I mean, I thought we were kind of past that. Like, I was really hoping that we wouldn't. I don't know, this description doesn't sound good to me. It sounds like we're going to get a Flash that gets whammied. And, like, Barry's faster than that. He can outrun any explosion. He can outrun a freaking nuke. We've seen that over the past several years. And this season, for crying out loud, we've seen him leveled up like dog crap crazy. There's no reason Barry should get whammied in this episode. I'm sure the writers, please, will make it work. And not, like, make Barry slower in this one episode. At least, right away. I'm assuming as he gets older, he'll get slower. Because obviously, you're getting older. But I hope they don't make him slower because of this. That's one of my fear the entire season. What if they quit making him super fast? And they haven't stopped doing that. And Eric Wallace said himself they're not going to stop doing that. So, I do hope they keep going down this route of Barry's really fast. He's not going to get whammied, you know. It's just absolutely like, you know, he can't really change it. Like, if he's fighting a speedster and he knocks him out, I mean, that's something that can't be avoided, right? Because they're both speedsters, both running super fast, you know. Or like Despero, Barry, you know, fought Despero, he's a god. I mean, so is Deathstorm. I mean, they both knock Barry out. We're dealing with gods now, not just regular metas like DeVoe or Cicada. I mean, you know, these are gods that are dealing with Barry. So you would assume that on some level, I'm not saying this man will be a god, but I'm saying you would think there would be some good way to make this happen. Just the description does not sound good to me. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about for that. You can leave your opinions about it in the comments down below for that. But anyways, back to the actual video. So if you did skip ahead, welcome back. I have no idea who this villain is. That we've seen the promo in the full white-on suit with the black face mask, and the white helmet going all around his face. It seems like he has super strength or some sort. Maybe that's a suit that gives him that, but you can see him like punch a car or something, whatever it was, and then it like blows up. I mean, he is a meta bank robber. He's robbing a bank. We found that out in the description of 814. So, and it absolutely distracts Barry and Team Flash, as we found out as well. So, it's going to be interesting to see where all that goes. Now, when we saw the set photos for this guy, I think we're all expecting it to be Ronnie or Eddie. Like, this would be how they bring him back. Obviously this won't be Ronnie, and obviously this won't be Eddie. If it is Eddie, I mean, bank robbing? No, this is not Robbie or Annie. Robbie or Annie, everyone. I didn't know there was an Annie in this show. Robbie or Eddie. Robbie? Why am I saying Robbie? Ronnie. Ronnie and Eddie. I can't say any names right today, I swear to God. Ronnie and Eddie, obviously it's not one of those two because they're not criminals. Well, maybe Ronnie is now, I guess, but in a way, in some messed up, demented way he is. If you really think about it, although I guess it wasn't actually Ronnie, but, you know, who knows? I guess we'll find out. But yeah, it seems like a good episode. It's also going to be a sad one because we're dealing with the funeral and Team Flash still getting through Frost's death. So I'm very excited for it. Let me know in the comments down below your opinions of the promo, what you think is going to happen next week. And thank you for watching every day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.